Welcome back to Internet Guys. Time for another anime first impression video. Welcome once again. This is going to be on Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf, which is a series airing on Crunchyroll. It is one episode out as time of recording, and I believe it aired back on Friday. Let me check here my calendar. Yeah, it aired on Friday. So it's been a while since it aired, at least for first impressions standards, and I really actually was awaiting this one because I pretty sure that I reviewed this series um, as a manga back in like when I was doing light novels. So I did, I believe, like two chapters on this series back in 2019. I'm looking at the videos right now. Yeah, so back in 2019, I released two before the pandemic. Gosh, I released two light novel reviews on Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf when it was just a digital light novel. I believe it was releasing through J Novel Club back when there were just digital versions of them. And yeah, it's I guess whole circle around to that now the actual anime. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can find me on social media by checking the description below. You can also check out more first impression videos here on my channel. I have quite a bit of them, so check those out. Do appreciate all the support that I've been receiving lately, guys. I really do. So continue commenting, liking, and all that. I will continue responding and doing as much as possible for the channel. So thank you again, and let's start the first impression video. So first of all, um, I didn't really I like the name I had recognized, but I couldn't really remember the story or how it all started. So it was still a refresher. It was still very much shocker moments for me because 2019 was 5, 6 years ago now. Gosh, 6 years ago. So and I believe at that time I was just starting my light novel series here in my channel, and I wasn't really reading a lot of light novels. So in a way, it was special to me because it was one of the first ones that I was reviewing. But still, nonetheless, the story was still fresh. So we follow a guy who is simple business guy. He doesn't look for promotions or anything. He leaves work on time, and his thing is that he cooks his meal, he prepares it, and then he goes to sleep. And in his sleep, he dreams of this world, and for some reason, the food that he cooks goes with him in his dreams. And he's like, some people have weird things, and this is my weird thing. And up to like the episode or up to the day of the episode, he has basically thought that he eats the meals while he sleeps, possibly, thinking that he's sharing it with a girl that's in the dream who is an elf, and like he doesn't like really think nothing's off about it. He just thinks it's normal, um, and yeah. Anyways, he shows up to this world, definitely an isekai world. Talks about how there's monsters and that if he gets killed by a monster, he typically just wakes up from his dream and he's like, well, it's just like nightmares, right? Once it gets to a point where you're gonna get hurt, you just wake yourself up. So again, all of this he just thinks is a dream, and then he meets up with the elf girl who he's interacted with, and in this dream world, his time moves slower, so he's still a kid in this dream world, and he starts adventuring a dungeon with her, and they find a place to sit down and start eating food, and really, it seems like the series is surrounds itself a lot on the elf experiencing new experiences. In this case or in this episode, there's two occasions where she had food with him, and she was just like, in awe with the food. Um, and I guess that might be a recurring thing. But after that, they encounter a huge dragon. Like they encounter other stuff, but the main point is that they encounter this huge dragon, and this dragon kills them. He throws fire's breath and kills them, and he ends up hugging the elf, trying to protect her. Now he wakes up thinking it was just a dream. It's one of those weird dreams again, where I eat my food while I'm asleep, and that's okay. And then he realizes that he's not alone in his room. An elf girl is there, which, by the way, she doesn't have anything but herself there in the room, and he is in shock, and she's in shock, and so he's like, "Let me go buy you some stuff so you can wear." So goes in the store, comes back. She is in awed again. She's looking out window. So he's like, "Wow, you live in this building? Like who are you? Are you important?" It's like, "No, this is just how people live here in Japan." He's like, "Well, it's like there's a lot to explain, but let me take you to eat." So they go to eat, and that's where they have their conversation. And we are learning a lot of things as we're going. Like one, he learned how to talk Elfish and Monster and all these languages through his dreams. So while he's talking to her, they're talking in Elfish language because several times she asks him, like, what did they say? Because they're speaking Japanese, and she's not. So, um, anyways, I think that was interesting. The fact that there's no like language switch like we always have in isekai stories. We're like, oh, for some reason I can understand their language. It is not the case here. She still doesn't understand anyone. He's only able to communicate with her because of the Elvish language. So that's probably going to cause problems in the future. But anyways, it continues with the 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 episode really ends with um them trying to figure out how possibly they're gonna return her back to her world, and just questioning the whole like fact, like, is it possible or not? So that's really the end of that episode. um Unbiased thoughts before being like, oh yeah, I've read this, so I like this. I do like the whole language, like, issue that we don't typically have in isekais. I like the whole reverse isekai aspect to it. Um, I do also enjoy the different aspects that point to possibly romance, but a slow romance. So honestly, I think this series is going to be well loved, not a favorite. I don't see it being top five, but I can see it where people go, you know what, this is my top 10 at number eight, just because it's a sweet story or because, X and Y. So, um, honestly, that's where I think this one's going to stand. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have you seen it? It is can be slow of a story, but again, it's just a girl interested in a new world and also possibly falling in love with the character. So it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel and give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.